On to the final high voltage race of the evening. This is going to be the girls 2 mile. This is Callie Gabrielson of Mount Sinai out of New York. Lise Hagen, she's going to be wearing hip number 2. Anna Furman from the Never Sink Track Club will be wearing hip number 3. Kaylee Kaiser, a member of Union Catholic's 3rd place Nationals cross country team this past fall. Kendra Williamson wearing hip 5, an All-American at the cross country national championships. And then just coming off of great cross-country season, has already had great numbers this indoor track season. This is Blair Bartlett of the Lawrenceville School in New Jersey, and perhaps a chance to go after a high school record time that has not been touched in over 13 years. Hurricanes time of 9:38.68 is what we're looking at for Blair Bartlett. After opening up with a 9:42, one of the fastest 3,200 in indoor high school history just this past weekend. We'll have 2 pacers in this girls 2 mile. A little bit of a stumble at the start of that as girls try to find positioning early on in this race. As looks like Kate Siri is going to go to the front and then lead Blair Bartlett. And then Jen Damasio Donahue will be leading that second group. As Siri leads Bartlett through the first 218 meters, 39 seconds. Bartlett in 39.22, and then Anna Furman, a little ambitious at the beginning. She goes through in 39.55. Bartlett, one of the more unique stories in this sport. Originally started playing tennis during the fall season, and for the first time joined cross country this fall, and hasn't looked back ever since. Second at Nike Cross Nationals. Then she goes on to run for the U.S. U20 team at the World Cross Country Championships. Was the top American at that race, and has already made some noise this indoor season. As I mentioned, 9:42 at the 3,200 meter distance, and now a chance to add more to her junior campaign as she continues to work alongside Kate Siri through the first couple of laps. They went through 76.26 through the first quarter mile. And 3 laps in, 36.80, 153.06 for Siri, 153.31 for Bartlett. In second, you can already see separation happening between Bartlett and the rest of the field back there, with Furman in 3rd position. Coming up onto a half mile now for Bartlett. Just right around 2:29.87, so a little bit slower than that 4:50 mile pace. They go 36.81. right on cue with those wave lights. As they're 5 laps through, 36.91, 306.78 over a little over a kilometer into this race. Bartlett continuing to stay poised and relaxed and just working right off of Siri. 36.45, their fastest split through 6 laps. Kendra Williamson leading that second group back there by 7 seconds through a little over 1,200 meters in 3:50.93. You see in picture now that second group behind with Williamson and Kaiser. Come up onto a mile, 36.05. The laps get faster and faster for Bartlett. As her and Siri are going to make the turn, heading to the stretch for the first mile split. They'll be right a little bit over 4:50. Just right around 4:56 at halfway. Williamson and Kaiser there in second and third, and then back there in that third group leading it is Anna Furman. And now Blair Bartlett has built her lead by almost 12 seconds on the field as she continues to chase after a quick time in this girls' high voltage 2 mile. .35.52, Bartlett, her fastest split. Fastest 2 mile in the country in 2026 is 10:16.40, and she's well under that pace to take over that U.S. #1 this indoor season. Now gone through a little over 2 kilometers at 6:08.40, 36:09. With 6 laps to go for Bartlett. And now less than a kilometer to go for Bartlett, 36:30, 6:44.7. As she continues to run down the wave lights. We'll now have the chance to lap some of the field and have to work around a little bit. Less than 4 to go now for Bartlett. 35.99, another sub 36 second 200 for the junior from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Currently just a couple seconds behind that 2 mile national record pace of 9:38.68. As she has 3 laps to go, 36:67, just over 8 minutes gone by for Bartlett. Coming up on to 2 laps to go, less than 400 meters for Blair Bartlett. $36.74 as she begins her penultimate lap. Coming up on to 9 minutes now. As she begins to wind it up and get ready for her final lap. There she goes at the bell. 35:86, 9:09.96 for Bartlett. As she flies down the backstretch, looking to add to her already incredible resume in her junior season. Without a doubt, will be a U.S. #1 at the 2-mile distance, and will be one of the fastest times in high school history, as Bartlett will run 9:44.34. That's good for #4 all-time in U.S. high school history. $34.38 for Bartlett on that last 200 meters. And she surpasses Natalie Cook on the top 5 all-time indoor high school list, and only trails Elizabeth Leachman there at #3 all-time. Kendra Williamson running 10:19.30. And then Kaylee Kaiser running 10:24.91. Let's look back at this last 60 meters for Bartlett, running one of the fastest times in U.S. high school history. Blair Bartlett winning by over, what looks like 35 seconds, 9:44.34. Kendra Williamson finishing second in 10:19.30, and Kaylee Kaiser in 10:24.91. Let's hear from the 4th fastest 2-miler in indoor high school history. She's down there with Taylor Masquetta.
Blair, you've been absolutely crushing it in the 2-mile lately. You took that from the gun and you never let up. 9:44. How do you feel when you're going around? I mean, you're kind of like isolated out there and you just keep hammering it home. Like, how do you do that?
It's just so much fun. I love this sport so much, and so just getting out here and getting to race is just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're so excited to watch you race. Thank you so much. Back to you guys in the booth.
Congratulations to Blair Bartlett, U.S. #4 all-time in high school indoor history for the Lawrenceville Junior. Career's just getting started.